what is Scrum and why do we talk about it? Why is it so important to understand once we're talking about different products, development of projects, or simply in the field of software development? Well, if these are your questions in your mind, going on in your mind, stay tuned for the video ahead. Hi, this is Afreen Rahman, and today we're going to talk about the word called Scrum and what exactly is Scrum, right? Now, I suppose you'd like to start a new, a project, or maybe you want to develop a new product. Usually, what would you do is you drop a plan, you'll make a schedule, you'll find a product manager or a project manager, you'll hold endless meetings, right? And ultimately, you will just hope that you don't stumble before you reach the finishing line. But what does that usually deliver, right? Because everything's more expensive than expected. You will stress about your deadline, and the end result, you would always feel that it could have been better, right? And by that time, I'm sure the energy of your team will be drained. Now, these are the problems that you can be solved with Scrum. Now, with Scrum, you will write fewer plans and you will do more of work in short cycles, and these short cycles are called sprints. So you don't work on separate islands, but in fact you'll work as one dedicated team. So instead of working on a project like with a distant deadline, you will constantly deliver functioning products, and you don't use final evaluations, but you keep on receiving continuous feedbacks as your product gets developed, right? So in a way, Scrum is a flexible way of working in a rapidly changing world. Now, it's frequently used in IT projects. So many of the websites you visit or the apps that you use were made using Scrum. Now, this is the way of working, and it is used more and more. You'll find all these latest apps that you see, like Instagram or maybe Facebook and Twitter, when they keep getting these updates. Well, these updates are sort of way of working as Scrum. Now, Scrum was also very recently used to build a large new bridge now, but it can also be used to develop new products, with compiled budgets and annual reports, right? Scrum can help you organize events in your town, or even set up a completely new company stage by stage. So how does exactly Scrum work? Let's use a marketing campaign for a new car as an example, right? So if you're developing a new car, in the very first week, you will take an action right away, right? So you'll share a glimpse of your design through social media, postings. Now, the feedback that you will receive, will be used to improve that design in week two. Then what will you do is you'll attract media attention, which leads to new feedback for making improvement. Now, we call these week sprints, right, which are actually mini projects that each produce their own specific results, right? So instead of knowing exactly where you want to end up, you take a step-by-step approach as you work towards your final ambition, like the successful launch of a new car. Now, a stand-up team, a Scrum team has stand-up meetings, right? They work transparently. They feel a joint responsibility. They are aware of the progress made every day and has results to celebrate after each sprint. Now, Scrum has three different roles. First, the product owner. The product owner is basically the key stakeholder with a vision who provides a direction to the team for each sprint, right? Then there are team members, 5 to 9 professionals in various disciplines who are jointly responsible for the result, right? The Scrum Master, if you call about, is a facilitator who focuses completely on the process, right? Then there are Scrum lists, the which is basically the product backlog, in which you list your ambitions and you express how you intend to achieve them, right? There's something also called the sprint backlog. Now, it is kind of like a shopping list of products you want to produce in the next sprint, right? Then there is a term called the definition of done, right? It indicates precisely what needs to be done by the end of the sprint. And then comes the Scrum board, and this shows all of the team members the different tasks that will change from to do to busy to done during a sprint, right? Now, Scrum also has four kind of meetings. Now, the first, there is the sprint planning meeting, right? What exactly are we going to do? How are we going to achieve it during the sprint? Who's going to do what? All of that gets discussed here, right? Then there is something called as the stand up, right? Is everything going according to plan? Are we going to make it, right? Those kind of questions. And third meeting is the review, right? During which you deliver your results and you receive your feedback. Then the last meeting is called the retrospective, right? In which you will deliver, you look back on the process and reflect on what you can improve as a team for the next sprint, right? So Scrum is basically a very powerful way of working that provides speed and energy and maybe something for your organization to do. Well, in a very, very concise video, we try to cover Scrum, what are different meetings, what are different teams, in this video. If you loved it, let us know in the comment section. And as always, hit on that like button, hit that on that subscribe button. So every time there's a video out, you'll be the first one to get notified. Thank you.